It's 8:20 on a Monday night, and I am about to execute perfectly a downward Donahue right into a Sergei Bubka. We're about to eliminate one of the finalists on Australian Idol, but not before they sing as a group for one final time. It's live TV and time is tight, so to avoid confusion, we use shorthand names for the up to 30 separate camera moves and camera positions that we will use across a 2-hour television show. There's no time to say, okay, everybody, in 30 seconds, we're going to repo to a reverse shot where G is walking down the staircase and then chat on camera right to someone's mum in the aisle when he's about halfway. And then while we wait, while the Steadicam clears the shot, we're going to switch to the jib, the camera on the big long arm, which is already in motion to swing across the crowd, and then we take the shot as the song starts. So instead, my floor manager says, okay, Jay, 30 left on the break, and then we're downward Donahue right to a Sergei Bubka. Sergei Bubka was a Ukrainian pole vaulter. Camera, pole, anyway. And Donahue being Phil Donahue, the talk show host who would walk down the aisle and talk to people. So the cameras in front of me are beaming live pictures to over 2 million Australian homes. To my right, my friend and co-host, James Matheson, and to my left, 3 shit-scared young Australians with naive dreams of singing stardom in their eyes. And it was only as we got here before the show, I realised that one of those people is sitting in the front row.
I remember it well.
So these 3 people are here because after singing the night before, the public voted for their favourite singer. And as far as Australia was concerned, these 3 weren't that good. Reality television is sometimes called non-scripted, but that is not entirely true. These shows, they will follow the same story arc of any scripted show. There's an inciting incident, there is a debate, there's some fun and games, which quickly turn into the elongated moment where all is lost and the character faces the dark night of the soul right before we resolve the dramatic tension with the reveal of the final image. However, unlike in a scripted show, where you can build tension over an ad break with the jeopardy of a chase scene, will they get away? With unscripted, to make sure you come back after the break, we use a classic broadcast move, the hook. We pose a huge question or we promise a high-stakes reveal. Then we line up the hopefuls, downstage left, I slip into my Grim Reaper voice, and then absolutely take the piss with how long I can stretch this moment out in order to squeeze the maximum amount of emotion from these contestants and the maximum amount of buy-in from the audience to hook them through 5 full minutes of ads. I pull the result card out of my pocket. It's come down to this. Hold for the red lighting effects that come down and all the smoke comes out. Psh, and there's a drone sound. You've all come so far. After 10 weeks of the public getting behind you, this is the moment where you find out just how much Australia believes in you. There can be only one winner, but there are 2 of you here. 2 singers who've put it all on the line and left nothing on the table. Now the song is over and there's no more you can do. Who will survive to sing again next week? Who will be going home so close to the grand finale at the Sydney Opera House, their dream of winning this competition never becoming a reality? No matter what happens when I read this card, you should both feel proud of what you've done. Australia has voted. The person with the least amount of votes and leaving the competition tonight is coming up after the break. Fuck. Oh, God. That sound is so satisfying. I'm pretty sure I'm an energy vampire. Like, I get such delight from that. During that commercial break, though, we leave these terrified hopefuls at the front of the stage. No one comes near them or tells them anything. We don't even let them speak to each other, which really amplifies their reactions when the name finally drops. Now, this may sound kind of cruel, but it is for their own good. Doesn't matter if they win or lose, on camera they have to look like they care. Otherwise, the public will tear them to shreds. While they are in an ever-increasing state of anxiety, a camera crew run over to me and James, already rolling. You see, we are filming a behind-the-scenes show for Channel V, and Jim and I are in the habit of challenging each other to do increasingly bonkers stuff during the broadcast. Later, these setups will get cut together with the show that actually goes to air. We're in control of a multi-million-dollar TV franchise, and we're treating it like it's a prank YouTube channel. But thankfully, the network never watches our other show, which is good because we're being very, very naughty boys. Notable instances include sneaking over to the auto-cue desk during a break to leave a surprise in the other's script, which in one episode, if you watch quite closely during the closing credits, you can clearly see on the auto-cue screen at the back of the studio, "Go fuck yourself, Australia." In season 4, the contestant Chris Murphy is about to sing the Stevie Wright song Evie, a classic of Australian rock. And we challenge him to change the lyrics of the opening line. Being the steel-eyed son of a Vietnam vet, he doesn't even blink. "Oh, you're on." This moment is still on YouTube. I checked this afternoon. And you can watch as Chris Murphy, on live national television, fearlessly rises to our challenge as he hammers his classic Gibson Les Paul Jr. He's playing guitar, he plays the riff, and he sings at the top of his lungs, "I got some money in my pocket, no, 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 no. I got my cockets in my hand, da-da-da-da-da." It's clear as day. This went to air. The shorthand nicknames we have for everything extend to time, because in television you often have to move a camera, or a director needs a moment to get a reaction shot. Sometimes you need a big pause, sometimes a little pause. We refer to these as polar bear and koala. If you've ever wondered why we waited so fucking long to read the name of the person who was eliminated, I'm grateful that I can finally tell you. The truth is that there was a long-running game of brinksmanship between James and I, challenging each other to wait longer and longer to say this name. But we had to wait anyway because our director needs time. He's got to get single shot, wide shot, tight two. It's about 3 or so seconds. Now, I know that I'm good to finally say the name when in my earpiece, our director's assistant, Madeline, not the Lily Allen one, Maddie, she tells me we're clear by using the surname of the runner-up for season 2, Kalia. James challenges me first. 6 polar bears. Each polar bear is about 3 seconds, which is an eon in television time. I'm like, watch this. So I'm holding the card, it's open in my hand. Leaving the competition is... In my ear, Maddie is screaming, "Kalia! Kalia!" like it's some sort of magic spell that will make me stop being an idiot. But I stand fast. We're on live national television. No one can do anything. It's very cheeky, and gosh, it's incredibly satisfying. Greg, my executive producer, wrestles the microphone off Maddie and says, "Gee, say the fucking name!" Laura Jazara. It's amazing. During the absolute drubbing I get from the execs after that episode, I fortify myself against the onslaught by feasting on the delicious irony that I am getting lectured about wasting time on a television show which only exists to waste airtime. But that's it, I'm having my vengeance. The following week, I challenged James. 9 polar bears. Never one to be afraid of a challenge. Is, mate, I'm all in. I'll do 10. Sure enough, the drum roll hits. Big timpani roll. I'm counting in my head. Once we get past 6, our floor manager, Kyle, he's wildly signalling to Jimmy at the bottom of the stage here. At 8, Greg, the EP, is now in my ear screaming, grab the card and read the fucking name, just grab the card. But no. No, Greg, I won't. This moment is just too delicious. And then the straightest of straight men to ever walk the earth throws in an extra polar bear for good measure and a full 30 seconds of primetime pre-GFC TV advertising time valued at well over $150,000 slips into the ether. Millie Edwards. And the crowd goes fucking wild. At this point, what we do in this show is we hand whoever's leading a microphone, and through traumatic snot bubble tears, make sure that probably the last time they'll ever sing on television is when they're utterly humiliated and heartbroken. Oh, fuck off. You're not above it. This is the reason why reality television is so popular. It's the reason why you slow down at a car crash. It makes you feel better because it's not happening to you. It's why you watch maths. Trust me, on that, I've seen the research. No matter what your job, sometimes your work will follow you home. My Aunt Sylvia, she was a high school teacher and she couldn't leave her high school teacher voice at work. My brother and I, one Saturday afternoon, are fucking about while we visit them. We're in her swimming pool, just fucking about being idiots. And she calls out from the kitchen, "Oi!" with a Queensland vowel that would just peel paint. But she calls it with such ferocity, I freeze mid-cannonball, just like mid-air. And I'm no different. Coming from a background of radio and television, it affects the way that I talk at home, and this utterly infuriates my wife. My wonderful wife, Audrey, who's here tonight. She will ask me, oh, did the babysitter get back to you about Saturday? She did. And it's pretty obvious that at this busy time of year, because with her uni, her touch fixtures and the volunteer work she's been pretty hard to track down. I sent her a text on Tuesday, but by Thursday she still hadn't replied. And look, I've seen that the show we're going to, the tickets are sold out, so I'm going to have to get her to come earlier so that we can leave time to park a little bit. For fuck's sake, can she make it or not? Yeah, she can. Why are you so cranky? Do you need some chicken? I know that I am infuriating to live with, but the worst of all is that it's no longer me. Worst of all for my wife, that is. Because I'm one of the people that my son watched communicate while he learned to speak. So he emulates some of my affectations in a way which fills my heart with joy and is possibly pushing my long-suffering wife to the edge. When Wolfie was barely 3, we set out at 2:30 a.m. to drive from Sydney to my in-laws' place, an hour north of Brisbane, 1,100 kilometres away. We downloaded all the episodes of Blaze and the Monster Machines. We'd prepped him for being in the car for the next 12 hours straight. We get out of the driveway, not 50 metres down the road, before the first corner. If I look behind me, I could still see the house. And a small, knowing voice rises from the booster seat behind us. Are we there yet? The other day, my friend Cam asks Wolfie, hey, do you like riding your bike? You'll never believe this. On Christmas morning, I opened all my presents and what I had asked for wasn't there. I tried not to be too sad, but inside I was a bit upset because I'd asked Santa specifically for a bike. I wasn't going to cry, but I was still sad. And then there was a knock at the door. I got up to answer it. There was nobody there. And when I looked around, what was standing right there in Nana and Papa's front yard? What had I asked Santa for? It was a bike! But wait! I saw it was bigger than my other bike. I thought, there's no way I can ride this. But when I went to get on it, guess what? It was the perfect fit. Santa nailed it. I love riding that bike. He's 6 years old, and Wolfgang has just performed a perfect double hook. He's built to a big reveal, and to get as much jeopardy out of the moment as he possibly can, he has seamlessly inserted 4 whole polar bears. The whole time, his mother is behind him, pinching the bridge of her nose, slowly shaking her head. I'm caught in a freeze frame like Mr. Miyagi at the end of Karate Kid Part 1, with a smile on my face that says, that's my boy.